We are good to go.
Okay. Well, good evening. Welcome to our Curse of Strahd stream. This is going to be session 5. We've had a long hiatus, but it's good to be back and starting in earnest. So, tonight we have Ashislus, Christina, Camilla, Lucille, and Prince Rimuru. So, who would like to start off by summarising what happened on our last session all the way back in December, if you can believe it?
Yeah, I think this is going to be like I said, a collaborative effort where we just try and remember things that happened. I think I know most of it. We started off in the basement with the priest's son, who had been turned into a Dampir vampire. He's dead, but we knocked the priest out. We took him up to his bed. Somebody noticed a book was missing from the shelf, and then we went and asked the Burgermeister about it. Can't remember too much of what happened there, but we found the book. He had the book, which was a list of names that seems to follow like certain names are highlighted over a centuries long period of people who have been born in the town. It stopped 200 years ago, but has recently had a few more names added into it. When we got into town, we found a house where the guards were trying to get in because nobody'd seen the family for a bit. We helped them get in. We found that the family had been killed, but then they came back to life as undead. The father of that family had a sword that he'd sold to the merchant recently. There was something to do with the moon. Anybody help me out on the moon? Nope. Okay, there was definitely something to do with the moon. And so we went to the.
Are you saying
Yeah,
are you saying moon or moo like a cow?
I'm saying moo like a cow. That was it. There was definitely something to do with that sword and cows.
That's sort of the key to the perfectly cooked steak.
Yes. I was saying moon with a n.
Gotcha.
So we went to the shop to have a look at this sword, and various things happened there that
No.
resulted in one of our party being forcefully ejected.
I tried my best.
But to be fair, I think we could really tell from the sword is that it was again something to do with the moon.
Moon.
Moon. But then we thought we'd have a rest in the tavern and perform the funeral rites because the thing I'd forgotten was that Prince Rimuru has a book now as well on
The funeral.
like sacred rites, funeral rites, yeah. So he's dressed as a priest because he stole the clothes off the other priest.
We didn't steal them, we borrowed them.
Yes, we will return them. Yes, we borrowed them. And because Straud wanted to come to the funeral, we're now going to go and do the funeral and hopefully meet Straud von.
Zarovich.
That's it. Aronovich. Does anybody want to add anything to that? Because that was loose. That was tenuous at best.
Sounds good to me. I feel caught up.
Good to me.
Okay. So, as you spend the the afternoon into the tavern, and as afternoon turns to evening, and evening begins to turn to night, it starts to rain lightly outside. It
Fitting.
feels fun.
Fitting.
And it feels quite cold. The temperature drops considerably. And as you sit inside, are you as you are on the map in the common area?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Me-
token on the map, but I'm assuming I've rejoined the party after
Hmm.
disappearing for some time.
Me and Kamir are sharing a beer with the dog.
He's done some good work. We got to give him his dues.
Yeah.
Kamir,
Well,
shout when it's time, and we'll go and wake Prince Rimuru up. Have you got create and destroy water, by the way?
as when one of you next goes up to the bar, whether it's to refill on drinks or to get some food, the bartender will say, "Tonight's the first of the month. If you have a look outside near the church, you might see some more of you outsider types."
Oh, right. Seem to remember you mentioning this. The Carnival of the Dead coming through, or something like that. The Procession of the Dead,
Of sorts.
of sorts. I thought you were going to say it was happy hour or something. I'm disappointed now.
The bartender laughs and continues cleaning his glasses. You've noticed he seems to do that a lot. Whether he's serving customers, whether he's pouring drinks, he's always cleaning something or other. Whether it's polishing the bar stool, polishing the bar, cleaning the glasses, or putting away stools. He never seems to stand still.
This isn't eatery. I'm not surprised that there isn't always something to do, having worked in one.
It's a very quiet town. This, to be fair, it's
Yeah,
probably
it's-
like if he works, it takes his mind off things. And just keep cleaning the glasses.
There's more people in tonight than there were more previously, and certainly more on during the day.
Nice. The nearest one to me, if they know that the funeral's on tonight, and are they coming?
So the nearest person to you will say, "Bad time to have a funeral at night. Oh, I had to bury our dead during day."
Oh, I thought you normally did it at night. I thought that's why we were doing it at night.
Yeah, aren't funerals typically done evening, early night?
Also, believe your lord is paying us a visit.
The man nods. Ah, that'll be why.
Not
Yeah.
a daytime kind of bloke, or
He shakes his head. I've never seen him during daylight hours. Occasionally, some folks say they've spied him at night.
Oh well,
The Count keeps to himself during the day.
he said he wanted to come to this funeral. That must be why it's at night.
is he just busy in the day, being a count, or
Some people just don't sleep very well.
Suppose. Can't say I've been up to that castle of his.
Would you want to if you had the chance?
No. I can see it just fine from here. Last year, some folks, they went up to drive him out. But, well,
I'm
he
guessing.
continues, and they do not.
What's this procession of the dead we keep hearing about?
I think from what I've picked up, every however many years they get tributes in like us, where
Mm.
this time's tribute, and I'm sort of guessing they don't make it, so it's pretty much made up of them.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering what the local people kind of thought of it. Can I get
Well,
a bit more of an idea?
from their end, it's no more than just having new people drive it. You don't necessarily see it as someone being it's the gods.
But I guess what my point is do you locals avoid the procession of the dead, or what? And I'm turning to the actual villagers at this point.
They, so the one Aristius is, we let the dead be. They don't harm us, and we don't harm them. The undead, though,
Self.
that's another matter.
And you get many undead around here?
That's why we bury our dead by day. Make sure them's as rotted as possible should they rise.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good strategy.
If that's the plan, it'd be better to cremate them. Then there'd be nothing to raise.
Man's got a point.
How do we remember those that are past? Sure, you can keep them in a jar, but sooner or later, that jar's gonna break, and then the dog will have them.
Our dog would never do something like that.
That should be a deception check, I think. Lancelot's still got that hip bone that he got from the pods the other week in his jaw.
Semi-believable.
Enough to convince yourself.
Yeah.
The villager shrugs and says, "Ah, me no harm by it."
You know where the procession of the dead ends up?
Say it goes all the way to the castle.
Okay, so where does it come from?
Comes from the church.
From church to castle. Ah.
Yeah. I've never been inclined to follow them.
Is it's spirits, I assume?
He nods. Yeah, yes. Not likely to hurt anyone, but enough to remind us of our place here.
Well, thank you for your insight.
He nods. Do be sure not to join him. He'll
I'm
look in
up
bad
on it.
shape.
You know, if some weren't thinking too well, they might end up following their proceedings up to Straud and perhaps asking him what he wishes. Wink.
I mean, we ain't got to follow him shortly because we're going to see him shortly.
Yeah, should we go do the funeral and we can ask him
Oh yeah, I
Oh.
suppose at a time.
if he'll let us ask him. I asked the bartender for a large jug of water.
The bartender hands one over and says, "Bring it the jar. It's free of charge."
Excellent. Right, I'll go and wake Prince Rimuru up then. Come on, priest. Holy water time. And I'll pour the water over the sleeping Rimuru.
Is it cold?
I assume
It'll
so.
be, I guess it's probably more lukewarm.
It is at
Alright.
best room temperature water.
Yeah.
How
Better
dare-
wake up,
how
though.
dare
You-
make
you
a royal
don't-
prince.
I'm not waking a royal prince. I'm waking a priest, remember?
Mm.
Come on, it's curtain call for you.
Fine.
We
Whatever you
got-
say.
Got some rites to perform.
Yeah. Everybody happy to head to the churchyard, or do you want to do anything?
I'm good to go.
Good to go.
Good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go on and get.
Let's go have fun at the funeral.
Hooray!
Okay. As you head towards the church, you can see that the procession is already starting.
Hmm.
So if I pop you on the map. Okay. You can see it's dark and there's a mist about. And slowly these spectral figures, one by one, start to rise out from the earth. There are all kinds of people here. It's humans, dwarves, elves, orcs, tieflings, gnomes, halflings, bugbears, goblins. There are humanoids, seemingly of nearly every type. Some wearing armor, some not, some carrying weapons, some clutching spellbooks. But all of them clearly met a horrible end. Some have been hewn down by sword or axe, some by claw, some look to have their heads or other limbs smashed in. All are dead, and all died violently. They rise and begin to move forward, going past the church and heading southwards. They, as they move towards you, they they are silent. Their faces don't change much. They stay as they are in agonizing torment. And at their head is an elf, clad in armor that has a symbol you've seen before. It is the same symbol that the Aramanthas had, but on this elf's shield is the symbol of Straud von Zarevich. There's another symbol like that on the helm as well. This elven warrior looks to have died less violently than the rest. All you can see that show of his death is a horrible rend on his plate near the neck. And you can see 2 wounds within. His face is not one of agonizing pain, but of sorrow and resolution. And he seems to be leading this procession of the dead.
Carl was just saying he's not on the map, by the way.
I see. Is he on a... Well, he should be.
Someone on top of him.
Oh, right. I see. When you said not on the map, I thought you meant...
Oh, no, sorry. He's
you
not
can
got
see the map.
Yeah. He's not.
Yeah.
I'm not there either.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. You should all be able to drag tokens on as well. But yeah, fine. I'll get these on.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just get you from you. Can I attempt to talk to the elf at the front? I'll attract his attention. Well, if I can attract his attention.
As you approach, the elf doesn't respond. None of them seem capable of doing that. If you were to stand in front of him, he would walk right through you.
I'll do that just to see what it feels like.
You feel cold
Tingly.
as this spectral figure passes through you, but you suffer no other ill effects.
Spooky.
Very spooky. They don't want to talk. Do any of them seem to recognize us at all as they go? Well, not recognize, but pay us any attention as they go past.
There is
Seems-
no acknowledgement whatsoever.
It's like they don't even perceive us almost.
Yeah,
Exactly.
looking like it.
So my guess is that one of the lead might have been like a guard or something that got attacked by someone, possibly a vampire or a vampire.
Yeah,
That
I
would
was going to say first one of the Count's first victims, maybe.
Yeah, that would explain the rend in the armor, followed by the 2 puncture wounds.
Well,
Do any of the other spirits in the procession have those puncture wounds, or is it just the one at the front?
Some of them do have these amongst their other assorted wounds. You can see
So-
that some of those with the puncture wounds include a half orc with a spear and a shield, a dwarf carrying what looks to be a bone in hand, another dwarf clad in leather armor, following behind. And there is a human who looks to have been scorched with fire before succumbing to these punctures.
Possible victims of Straud, maybe?
Yeah, I think tributes like ourselves, that maybe not victims of Straud, but victims of whatever he has in store for us. Same thing overall, but
Likely went to the castle for answers, didn't make it back out.
or just went to investigate things in the woods like we're planning on doing later and didn't make it.
Very interesting.
Well, there's certainly been no shortage of victims. Are we going with tributes?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't plan on making it into that graveyard. So, shall we?
Let's do what we came here to do. Get it over and done with.
Okay. After a time, the spirits depart. They finish rising and head off first south and then west. You can see the castle to the northwest, or you could during the day, but now it is covered by clouds. You imagine that is, from what you've been told, that is where they will head. It is a long way to go. And with that, the procession of the dead passes you by.
Not even any fireworks.
What kind of a festival is this?
Somber one. Yeah, head into the church, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're at this gravestone here. I think is where he has to go in.
I'm assuming we're
I'm wrong.
if are we meeting anyone inside?
No, because we've got the priest with us. Hopefully, the other priest is still having a nice long sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But the Burgermeister is who we're waiting for, right?
Oh yeah, good point. And the body of the person that we're putting in the ground.
What?
Shortly after the procession departs, you can see Burgomaster Kolyanovich come out with the coffin. His sister is in tow. They have half a dozen guards and about the same amount of mourners. They greet you outside and move to begin setting up. And soon they are laid out as so. Is there anything you want to do during this time?
I'm just having a look, but no, there's
No, just bow and respect.
I think I'd
No.
probably be paying attention. Excuse me. More to the kind of people at the funeral. I didn't know this guy. So, although being respectful, I want to watch them and kind of see what they're doing.
So you can see that his two children, the late Burgomaster's two children, are clearly saddened and shaken by their father's passing. The guards around them look sorrowful as well. The mourners, it's a bit more difficult to tell. Some look like they're here out of genuine appreciation for the Burgomaster. Some look a bit more disinterested. Like, their purpose is... They have shown up to be seen having shown up. After the body has been put into the the outer coffin, but not yet loaded into the mausoleum, Ismark turns to Rimuru and says, "Are you ready to conduct the last rites?"
Rimuru.
The coffin. Should I be next to the coffin?
Probably, yeah.
Ready.
As you get into position, you hear the clouds crackle with thunder, and then rather abruptly, the rain ceases. You can see it falling in the distance, and indeed in the reaches of the hills beyond, it looks to be snowing. But around you, there seems to have been a sudden stop in the rain, and you can now hear the sound of 2 horses approaching. They come into view, speeding round the church. The leader is a tall, pale man dressed in fine black robes, riding atop a fiery steed, also black. Behind him is a finely dressed woman, riding atop a more modest but still finely saddled and bridled horse. The guards make no attempt to stop them and instead bow their heads. As you come in, everyone else does the same about you. Irina does a curtsy, and the Burgomaster does a solemn half bow as the man dismounts and says, "Greetings, Burgomaster. I am your lord and dreadmaster." He then turns to you all and says, "But you may address me as Count Straud von Zarovich."
Wait.
I'd like to bow and say it is a pleasure and an honor.
You're late. It's
I'll
late.
move over and see if I can help his lady dismount from the horse, bowing my head respectfully on the way through. Count von Zarovich.
He gestures to you that you are safe to remain, and the woman does descend. As you look at her closely, you see that her fine clothing is not quite all it seems. It has a certain stiffness to it, almost like armor. With your assistance, she is able to descend down nimbly before giving you a curtsy and saying, "I am Anastasia Karolova. I am attending the Count on his business. she also looks pale. She's a tall, beautiful woman who carries herself with a certain aura of nobility.
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Do you not come from Monrovia?
She shakes her head. I was born in Valaki.
Valaki.
Straud, meanwhile, continues past the mourners to move up to approach the body. He says to the burgomaster, I thank you for waiting for my attendance. I wouldn't miss this funeral for the world. Your father was a loyal servant. And it is a great sorrow that he has passed.
Can I do an insight check?
You may indeed.
$13.
He seems to be sincere.
Thank you.
The burgomaster straightens up and says, we wouldn't start without you, my lord. He's clearly fidgeting nervously, and he gestures towards the prince and says, please continue. Please start the proceedings. We do not wish to keep the Dreadmaster waiting.
That means you, Rimuru.
What to say?
Start off with Dearly Beloved and just wing it. I think that's for funerals as well. They've gathered here today to witness us plonking this body in the ground.
We gathered here to honor the dead guy here.
She's new to the town. He's new to the town.
I forgot his name. Okay, my memory's not good.
The you do have the Book of Rites, so you would be able to conduct the a proper ceremony. You don't have to improvise if you don't. Yeah, you don't have to improvise this. And as you say this, as you conduct the ceremony, the burgomaster leads with some words of his own. He lays a hand on the coffin and says, "Father, it is I, your son Ismark. I've got some big shoes to fill, and your shadow is long over me, but I will do the best job I can to protect Barovia and to protect Irina and protect your memory." Just like you were able to do. And with that, he falls silent. Irina also says some words. laying a hand on the coffin, she says, "You were always there for me, Father. You always knew the right course of action for the people of Barovia. You were always so strong, so brave, so kind, and I hope to be the same, to help my brother be the same." Afterwards, Straud has a few words to say. He does not lay a hand on the coffin, but merely speaks from beside the priest. He says, "You were always a loyal servant. In a land such as this, loyalty is difficult to find. You were an able burgomaster, and I look forward to working with your son. I know he will not disappoint you." As he says that last line, he looks pointedly at his mark. The mourners and guards do not say any particular words, and nor does Anastasia. And after this, the guards lift the coffin into the mausoleum. As they do so, you can hear a single bell toll from inside the church.
Uh-oh. If I may, I'm going to excuse myself for a moment. I'm going to go inside to investigate the ringing.
You may indeed. Inside, you can see that Father Donovich has freed himself and left the room, and is standing by the bell pulley.
I am going to. I'm just going to do some quick hand gestures that say that motion, "Don't say anything," as I walk up to him.
He looks at you with a genuine hatred in his eyes. "You killed my son!"
We are performing a funeral right now, so if you respect your position, you will stay quiet and respect the dead.
I'll respect the dead, all right. But they shall remain outside these walls. And he begins to run forward and lunge himself at you.
Before he does,
Mm-hmm.
dang, took a short rest so I can't. Alright, never mind. I was hoping to activate Blade Song, but they recharge on long rests and not short, so.
Okay. In which case, you would be able to close the gap, and would attempt to grapple you, which is going to be a 9.
Ooh. Not good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you would contest that with Yeah, so with that, you are grappled. As, I think we might as well put us in initiative. Just you and Father Donovich. In fact, okay. Yeah. So he'll go on. He'll go after you. But yeah, he's considered on initiative count 3.
Alright.
Shouting's a free action, by the way.
No, if I do that, then I'm gonna alert everyone and they're gonna rush in to see what's going on and they'll know that we attacked the man. We attacked him, so I gotta do this quietly.
Yeah, he looks insane though. They're never going to believe him.
Okay. Oh, what do you want to do on your go? I'll actually pop you and only you on the interior map. So you should be able to see yourself?
Yep. Alright. I am going to do what I do best. Cast Frostbite.
That will be with... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be with disadvantage. I was thinking Rare Frost. He fails the save. And will take those 5 points of cold damage.
And disadvantage on his next check.
Yeah. Which is just as well as he attempts to strike you with his fists. At disadvantage, that's going to drop off from a 18 to a 4.
Ooh!
For miss. It's your go.
Going to frostbite him again.
Cool. If he is dropped to 0 hit points from this, he dies.
Oh shoot. Oh no, I don't want that.
Yeah, it's melee attacks that are the non-lethal ones. So are you still frostbiting him?
No, I want to try to just knock him out. I don't want to kill him. Can I just try to hit him with the butt of my rapier?
Oh, absolutely.
Do I have to roll a disadvantage since I'm grappled?
No. Now, grappling just means you can't move. You can absolutely do that.
Well, dang.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a miss. So he's gonna try and punch you again. That's not with disadvantage, but it's still a 4 to hit. In his rage, he can't even really strike you properly. At that point, he's probably scraped his knuckles against the stone. And then it's your go.
Again? Wow. Neither of us can land a good hit.
Yeah, that's a 10, which I think you're able to dodge.
Yep. That
His
doesn't
aim
hit.
was true, but so were your reflexes.
Come on! What is this luck?
Okay, that's also gonna be a 9 to hit.
There
Alright,
we
sugar. There we go. Yeah, I mean you can do a non-lethal where you roll a d8, so I think you are able to knock him unconscious with your rapier.
Alright. I've got some rope in my bag. I'm gonna tie him up. Gonna take him into this room over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna leave him there.
So he's tied up, restrained in this room. And then, do you rejoin the others?
Yeah, I'm gonna rejoin afterwards.
That's fine. I'll pop you onto the fields. Meanwhile, while this has been going on, the the body has been loaded into the mausoleum, and the mourners are beginning to leave. The guards remain, for the burgomaster and his sister remain, and Count Straud from Zarevich hasn't left either. So go on.
No, I was just gonna say, as we're kind of the kind of funeral is ending and people are starting to leave, I would like to walk over to the Burgermeister, and just say to him, and hopefully within earshot of Straud, Helm be with you. Hope, Helm offers you the protection you need.
You say these words. Straud looks at you intently. He, after a pause, he nods and says, "Very true, yes. Very true. Have I seen your face before?"
I don't know, you tell me. You are the one that invited me here after all.
He nods. Yes. Your purpose will become clear in time. In the meanwhile, all that I ask is that you avoid meddling in my personal business. I encourage you to aid the burgomasters of the surrounding villages. I'm sure Oraznu, Valaki, and Cress will benefit from your presence just as much as Borovia here.
Sure. No meddling. Gotcha.
He turns towards Ismark and says, "Now, Burgomaster, I believe we have some things to discuss." You can see Ismark visibly shrink at those words. Yes, yes, my lord. Taking no notice of you, Straud continues. Well, there is the matter of this church's property. And then there is the matter of your sister. Ismark stammers, the book, the book. To which Straud interrupts, "Yes, the book. It must be returned to the church, as it is the church's property, and I am sworn to uphold the church's here. return it to the church.
Who actually has the book at the minute?
Yeah, I don't believe Ismark was left with the book. I believe one of you has it at the moment.
Yeah. Can't remember who though.
Whoever says they have it, they now have it.
I think I have it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I suggest I think we may have learned all we can from the book. Maybe return. Maybe give it to. I'm whispering this to, whatever her name was. Can't remember now. Christina. Present the book as a gift to Straud. He might look more favourably on us in the future.
How about you do it? I hand the book over to Ashlicious.
Okay. I will present the book to Straud and go, ah yes, this came into our possession. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. It can be returned to the church's collection.
He takes the book and examines it. You can see him reading some of the last pages intently and with great study. After a time, he calls Anastasia over and mutters a few words to her. And she also takes the book and gives it the same study. As she does so, he turns to he turns to Asishlas first and says, "I am satisfied this is the genuine article. What did you think of its contents?"
I'm intrigued. It seems to show names highlighted centuries ago and more recently. I'd be intrigued to know if they're people that you are interested in the town. The highlighted names.
I did not compile those names.
I'm aware that you didn't, but you definitely seem to find the book interesting yourself.
It is important that I am well aware of the goings-on in my realm.
With the procession of the dead, would we find amongst their number names that are in the book?
He shakes his head. I should hope not.
Okay. It's
None of those involved in the procession were born in Barovia.
See. And if I can ask about us being tributes, what does that mean for us?
Some time ago, if I remember correctly, it was a century past. I made a deal with one of the villages outside. They seem to be having difficulties with some of my servants. And I promised to ensure they would not stray outside if they would send me their best and brightest.
I think you might have been ad start.
Oh, did you say that to his face?
No, that would be it was just me joking. Although, yeah, actually, to his face, I'll say, really? Are we, you feel we are the best and brightest?
I was not the one who requested you specifically. The elders of Mistvale have made that decision. And well, if they are false, then our agreement is null and void.
What do you want from us? Are we just here to die? Do you have a grander scheme?
There is always a grand scheme. If I wanted you dead, well, that could have been arranged before you ever reached Barovia.
Hmm.
All I shall say for now is my purposes are my own.
What are your intentions with the previous Burgermeister's daughter?
It has been a tradition that when a new Burgomaster ascends, he provides a member of their family to serve me. You know, the current Burgomaster's brother served me when his father ascended.
Ismark, do you know where your brother is now?
You can see Ismark's face flush with anger as he mutters out, "He's dead."
Ah. Count von Starovich, I believe there was a rebellion not so long ago against your rule.
There are disturbances from time to time brought from outside forces. Some ne'er-do-well stirring up a rabble, filling their heads with lies and propaganda.
Can I speak up? Perhaps, would you be speaking of the Arcane Brotherhood?
The very same. Or at least, that was what the criminals I captured told me.
Some got away?
Of course, but they will be cowed. I forbade all that took arms against me from returning to Barovia. He gestures. He provides a gesture as he says that. That gives you the impression he is referring to the village. There may still be some survivors in the lands around this village, but they seem to have respected their exile. Some probably went to Valaki, but the Burgomaster there has reported no trouble, so I need not pursue that avenue further.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to talk to the Duke about? Count?
I want to move. He's terrifying me. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna leave this conversation. That's as far as I'm going.
I'm
Said
surprised you
more.
not tried to hit on the undead lady he's with.
The what?
The lady he's with.
Tempted to just move her. That might blow my cover.
Oh, excuse me, Count Zarvich. May I ask one question of you?
Go on, go on.
Ever since we have arrived, I have been plagued, but why is it that you are choosing to help us? Why are you choosing to, for lack of a better word, fund us, equip?
You are guests in my realm, and you have important fates. The seer told me so.
Who's the seer?
On the road, you will encounter many traveling merchants. They call themselves Vistani. And whilst those that make up the caravans are not always the same, some have come from the villages, some were born into the caravans, and even some people who stray from outside join them. They keep the villages supplied. They have certain arts of their people, and some of their elders can see past, present, and future. I am no stranger to the arts of prophecy. To their gift, well, they say that a deck of their cards never lies. It doesn't always give the future you want, but it will tell you it in truth.
Thank you for your insight, Lord Zarevich.
Before we go, what was this vision that they provided you of us?
He shakes his head and wags his finger. The future is set, but whether you know your place within it, the future has been determined. I do not think you knowing your place at this stage would be beneficial.
But surely there is no downside if fate is set in motion. It'll come to pass no matter what.
But for which fate? In any case, you may meet the seer on the roads. Her name is Madame Ava. She is the finest of them all.
Of all the seers, or do you mean like she's very good looking?
Of all the seers.
Oh, actually, Count, before you go, just one issue that the village is facing is a family were killed and a something to do with a cursed sword and a cult involving the moon. Do you know anything about this? I think this might be the next thing where we need to go and investigate.
He counts the Straud's face fills with a slight anger. He turns to the burgomaster. Is this true, burgomaster? That some of my people have been slain under your watch?
Sorry, it's Mark.
The burgomaster stammers. We're looking into the matter. Straud looks at him closely. Well, look into it harder. You know I do not tolerate cultists.
I think I'm upset is Mark. Oops.
What makes you mad?
Stammers, bows, and nods. But we'll ensure they're put an end to. But
Question.
Straud looks at you curiously and says,
It's Mark had already asked us to look into this.
Straud
That's
nods.
why I was asking you.
Very well. But tell me, did these cultists have a strange mask?
There was a mask.
Yeah, we saw one of them.
Mm.
And what did the mask look like?
Oh, now you're asking. What did it look like? Anybody?
In character, I'm gonna say, I believe I remember something relating to maybe Norganus.
Okay, so the notes I have for what it should look like is that the mask sort of has two sections. Like it's like divided into left and right with a different color scheme on the two halves. So it would be the left half is white, and the right half is black. And there's like a grey divide, and there are sort of like necrotic symbols. I think one of you should have the mask in your possession. But since Camilla has said what you were able to determine, Straud turns to you and says, "You're quite sure?"
I believe so.
Then there is something I must investigate. He turns to his mark and says, "Burgomaster, we shall discuss the matter of your sister at another time." He then turns to his companion and says, "Are you finished with the records?" You can see that she's clearly on the last pages, and she nods and hands the book to Prince Ramiru and says, "Please ensure that this remains in the church." And unless anyone has anything else to say, the two will mount their horses and leave. These mourners will all be gone.
Nope.
I've got
I'll be gentlemanly and help. I know, hang on, I've written it down. I've got notes. Anastasia, mount her horse again.
Now, with your aid, she ascends, and the two begin to ride off. As they do so, the rain returns.
Looks like they didn't take their reins; they left it behind.
With that, you see you've seen Straud and Zarevich, but you suspect not the last of him. Ismark looks about, not able to quite process what has happened.
Oh, Ismark, at least we gave your father a funeral and a burial. Well, it's not exactly ideal, but at least the matter of your sister can wait for another day.
He nods. Yes. The two look like they'll be ready to leave shortly. Is there anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to ask them, or I don't know, ask the guards, or otherwise do here?
Are we not having a wake at the pub?
Ismark shakes his head. I do not wish to be out here. And I have cultists to track down tomorrow.
Well, I can't speak for everybody here, but I think we'll try and track down the cultists for you.
absolutely.
Sure.
After that, I have an urge to stab something.
Oh, I'm in a meddling mood.
Mm.
Oh, I'm in a meddling mood. I want to know what that vision was.
Mm. Maybe if we travel out on the road, we'll meet this Madam Ava.
We can certainly hope. I would love to know what she has to say.
Would definitely be interesting.
There are things I wish to discuss with us. Probably not open in the open.
Do we retreat for the night to the tavern then?
I suppose we shall.
What happened to the priest? What did you do to the priest? The real one. I was out of the room, sorry.
No, it's okay. Just got something caught my throat. No, the priest woke up. So
yes, I got to you being in initiative, but what do you do? Just knock him out again?
Yeah, just knocked him out, tied him up, and stuffed him in one of the bedrooms.
Fair enough. Shall we take his binds off just before we go then?
I suppose we should.
Let's not have any more blood on our hands.
So you're able to go in and unbind the priest. He's still asleep.
Yep. The pub to privacy.
To the pub.
It's to the pub. Yeah.
So, I'll pop you back on the map. Yeah, there's a few more folk about.
It's busy. Must be a weekend.
Hmm.
Not clearly it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday night. Off of work, they're just getting as drunk as they can so that they have huge hangovers on Sunday. And they don't have to go to church.
Are they...
There's a bar.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask if there's any kind of like audible kind of conversations, anything they're discussing.
So
There's a bar playing Wakefield on in the corner.
Huh?
I was going to say there's a bar playing Wakefield on in the corner.
So you can hear that there's there is one group that's discussing the skeletons that you found earlier.
Mm.
You can hear a woman say, well, they say he found something when he went with those trappers. I'll bet he found something strange out there. There isn't much good in those woods.
Can I join those people?
You may indeed.
Which table?
Uh,
It really matters, I suppose, but...
yeah, we'll say that one.
I heard you say about trappers up in the woods.
Oi,
We helped the guard with those bodies. Which direction are we looking at going in? We've been asked by the Burgermeister.
Just one house over.
No, we saw the bodies. We want to go find what he found that was strange. I think there's foul things in the woods. You point us in the right direction?
Oi. Woods are in the northwest. But you don't want to be going into those.
Yeah, isn't that where the spirits were going during the procession?
I think the spirits were going to the castle. The woods might be on the way to the castle.
Oi, not even the spirits go through those woods. They stick to the roads where it's safe.
Well, we've been asked to check it out by the Burgermeister, and he's been good to us so far. We wouldn't have accommodation otherwise, so...
What one of the woman's companions says? Well, that said, roads aren't that safe. I reckon it's only safe for them Vistani. I reckon if any of us tried to get on the roads, yeah, we'd be begging for the woods.
It was the Vistani.
Traveling merchants. They bring us the wares of Valaki and Kresk and Erasnu.
Why would that be unsafe because of them, then?
They say they have the Count's blessing, and that's how they're able to pass through the land safely.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought you meant they were the threat.
No, no, no. I wouldn't say they're harmless folk, but
Yeah, they wouldn't have many customers if they attacked them on the road, would they?
I. No. What's on the road? It's more than darkness and mere bogeymen. Say the dead walk the roads at night.
Have you happened to hear of a seer called Eva?
Madam Eva.
Hmm.
Oh, she's got one of those caravans. She comes here occasionally. Bit difficult to tell. There's several Vistani groups.
Okay.
Her companions is I think they're called clans. She shrugs. Groups, clans, caravans, they're all the same.
Do any of you know anything about a cult that has something to do with the moon in these woods?
The moon.
Hmm. That's moon as in the thing in the sky, not the noise that cows make.
I haven't heard any funny business about the moon. One of the others says, well, I don't know about the moon, but they say out west there's some. They say out west that there's some men that go strange when the moon is full. I don't know about around here, but, well, they say out west there's all kinds of queer folk.
Right, well, nice to join you lads. Enjoy the rest of your drinks. Thank you for your help. I'll return to the party and say, anybody thinking of using a sword might want to try and get it silvered if you can.
Mine is already silvered.
Good.
I mean,
You could rely on you.
your whip's not silvered, but might be
Is it
alright.
magical?
Out of character, you'll have to bear with me on that one. I actually can't remember. I feel like it is, but I could also be lying.
While you're looking at that, do we sleep on it for tonight and then we'll head out first thing in the morning?
Before we go to bed, right? I've got a feeling. Okay. This cult, Straud doesn't like it.
Yeah, I got that as well. He
So
was
maybe-
not happy with his mark that they were nicking around.
So maybe we should like it.
I see what you mean. Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
But
He's equipped, though. I don't think it'd be such a good idea to get on his bad side so soon.
But at the same time, I'm just not sure I'm happy doing his bidding, you know?
We don't have to necessarily do his bidding.
Well, he's kind of said, go clear out this cult in the woods, and we've gone, okay. It kind of feels like doing bidding.
We don't have to clear him out, wink.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're going, maybe have a little conversation.
yeah,
We leave a few of them alive, smuggle them somewhere else, and let them rebuild in a city that Straud can't
No, because we'd want them on our side.
Yeah.
We want to keep as many alive as possible, and in Bavrovia.
Because let's be honest, we can't get out. How are we going to smuggle them out?
Hmm.
Because if we knew how to get out, I'd be gone.
I suppose you bring up a point.
So what I'm saying is I think we just,
Conversation first, shoot later.
Yeah, I think we go down the diplomacy route
I suppose.
and keep our options open.
It's worth a shot, but yeah, be prepared to kill on a moment's notice.
Yeah, I'm used to fighting.
Yeah.
Should I need to? But I think in this situation, I don't think we go in guns blazing. Swords blazing, I should say.
Spells blazing.
Lucille. Although I am a little disappointed.
What, that we're going in?
Yeah, I just fancied killing something.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's probably going to be plenty of dead things between us and them, by the sounds of it.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to get there, it's not going to be a walk in a park,
That sounds good. So yeah. So sleep.
Sleep and then go by the light of day, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
The worship of the moon.
what little light there is.
Can someone come with Ruru? He's a bit spooked. He's got a room in his. I think he's got enough room for 2 people.
Fair enough. You can lose the priest vestments now, Rimuru.
No, see, this is where you keep them on and then multi-class as cleric.
Does anyone volunteer
For what?
to join Ruru in his room? There's there's a bed and a bear skin on the ground. Maybe someone could. I think I can have 2 people that can bunk in with him.
Yeah, no, I'm happy sleeping in front of the fire in the kitchen.
Yeah, same. I'm used to roughing it.
See, they just don't understand us, Rimuru. They just don't get that the quality of life is something that shouldn't just be given up.
I think that's unfair. I think Lancelot would definitely be in the kitchen where there's food.
But Christina, she's still at the door.
Possibly, but he might not be allowed to be in the kitchen with food.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like one of the biggest rules about food safety.
Don't let the dog eat it.
Exactly.
Nikki.
What's Christina doing?
Thinking about
Yeah.
stuff.
No? Okay. So, I think what we'll do here is, I think you'll look like you're settling down to the night. So is the plan to complete a long rest and then head out in the morning?
Yep.
Yeah.
In that case, I think as we're getting close to 10, I'll be alright with you, having a long rest, and we'll do the morning next week. Next time I should say. And then we can, then we can do that journey in a one-up perhaps.
Alright.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so plan next week is to head sort of northwest in pursuit of these trappers. Or was the plan?
That was what I was thinking. We'll follow that sort of trail, but if anybody else has anything else? Any other ideas?
No.
No.
No, I
have a-
agree. I think I want to speak to this cult more than anything.
Mhm.
Could prove to be a valuable ally.
I was told not to meddle, so that's exactly what I'm not going to do.
Who were you told not to meddle by? Oh, Straud.
God, yeah, he was like, well, don't meddle. And I'm like, well, clearly I need to meddle then.
Yeah.
He said don't meddle in his affairs. But yeah.
And I'm like, so you want me to meddle? Okay, cool.
No, he doesn't want us to meddle in his affairs. He wants his affairs to be meddled with. Doesn't mean we have to do it. But if we were to do it, no one would complain.
Someone's got to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, then it would be good to take a long rest and meet up again in a fortnight. So that will be February the 5th, I believe.
Oh yeah. Are we ending it now? Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we got to a good sort of ending point. Take a long rest, head out next time.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I lose my temporary hit points. Boo. Never mind.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to get them back.
I know. I'm the only person that takes a long rest and suffers for it.
Well, I know it's been a short session, but thank you all for joining, and of course, thank you the audience at home.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
So the music that's been playing, including now, is from Serpent Sound Studios, and the maps are from DM Andy. There should be links in the title card. We hope you for joining us for Fate of the Dice's Curse of Straud, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Just remember, don't count your goblins before they start stabbing. I don't really know what that means.
Catch you all next time.
Yeah. All right. No, everybody. See
Yeah.
you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Nick.
Bye.
Night.